Come into a comfortable place. Today we're going to release the jaw and the frozen shoulder. So as you're settling in, just take a quick little body scan. Just notice what the shoulders are feeling like today. Notice the jaw. Take a nice slow inhale through the nose. And a soft exhale out. That feels good. Do it again. And then after we take a little take another little scan and just notice what parts of the body are feeling still. And then notice what parts are feeling a little bit more lively. And as you settle into your breath, just let yourself melt into the floor. And this week, as we're talking about slowing down, being restful, finding peace, being in the present moment, there's a thought that says, in returning and in rest, you shall be saved. And in quietness and confidence, you shall find your strength. So let's go ahead and repeat our loving kindness phrases for today. May I be still. May I slow down. And may I find peace in peaceful moments. May I be still. May I slow down. And may I find peace in peaceful moments. May I be still. May I slow down. May I feel peace in peaceful moments. Let's just go ahead and take 5 slow, deep belly breaths. And imagine the belly rising up towards the sky and your back pressing into the floor. And then gently exhale and draw the belly back down towards the earth. And do that a couple times. Breathe in into the belly. And slowly out. I'm going to take one more breath. Now when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Let's go ahead and just take a summal scan. So stretch your legs out and just notice what's happening in the back body. The curve of the spine, the opening of the hips. Notice if the shoulders are rounded up or flatter. Maybe notice if you're twisting to one side versus the other. And then notice if your jaw is extra tight and how the neck feels. And then go ahead and bring those feet up, hip distance apart, and we'll just start with some gentle arch and flattens. You can keep your hands out to the side by your hips, about 6 to 8 inches. And remember, make these movements small and controlled. Take a nice inhale and arch the spine just enough to feel a little bit of contraction. And then exhale, slowly draw the belly towards the earth, lengthen tailbone towards the ankles, and round and up, tip that pelvis up, keeping the hips on the ground the best you can so don't lift the booty off. And then slowly return to a neutral spine. And just do that 2 more times. So inhale, gently arch just enough to feel contraction and the length of the front body. Exhale, lengthen tailbone towards the ankles, flatten out the curve. And then slowly return to neutral. And one more time. Inhale, gently arch. Exhale, lengthen towards the heels, flatten out the curve. And slowly return to neutral. Now let's go ahead and add the curling up. So bring your hands either behind your shoulders or behind your head or on top of your shoulders. Take a gentle little inhale and press open the elbows towards the floor. As you exhale, elbow tips come up towards the ceiling. Flatten out the curve as you lift the head. Take a pause here. Remember, we're not curling up to do a sit-up. We're rounding that back body. And as you inhale, only come down 1/3 of the way. And as you exhale, lift up. As you inhale, come down 2/3 of the way. And then exhale, lift up. And then inhale all the way down. Once your head touches, open the elbows. Once the elbows touch the ground, soften completely and relax. 2 more times just like that. Inhale, gently arch. Exhale, lengthen tailbone, elbow tips come up, head comes up. Notice what you notice. Inhale 1/3 of the way. Exhale, slowly rise up. Inhale 2/3 of the way. Exhale, slowly come up. Inhale all the way down. And then slowly open and release. Last time, inhale, take a gentle arch. Exhale, lengthen tailbone, elbows up, head up. Inhale 1/3. Exhale, now don't pull your head up, just let them be as like a little guide. 2/3 of the way down, exhale, come up. Inhale all the way down. Slowly let the elbows open and then completely soften and melt. Go to stretch the legs down the mat, the arms down the mat, and just notice how that feels. Notice what's been lengthened, what's been shortened. I feel like I'm a big fat pancake today. Okay. What? I know. I know I went to the grill today and that was not smart. And then my friend gave me those Dr. Peppers and chocolate, and I'm like, oh, I can't resist. Oh, that's yummy. Okay, I turn this way so you can kind of see. There is this muscle, and I always say it wrong, called the sternometa. Oh, I didn't even write it down right. Netocomoda. Okay, whatever. Anyway, it's this muscle right behind the ear. That's basically the jaw muscle. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take your head and just turn it to the right. First, let's check your range of motion. So turn your head to the right and just notice where you stop. And then come back to center. Now, the smaller the movement of this, the better. Then take your head to the right. Feel your collarbones with your left hand, your left fingers. And start to palpitate, is that the word? Up towards your ear. And then, so feel that kind of muscle right there. You're going to feel it lift your head up. Just so like your ear was reaching for your belly. You feel that muscle engaged right there? Then that's what you want to soften and release. So as you lower the head down, keep looking at the right, relax the head all the way down and completely soften and melt. Now, if you want to like help your head be more relaxed, bring your right hand behind your head and let your head just lay in your hand. So you're not going to pull your head up with your hand. Do it again. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, lift the head up. And then tilt the chin down so the ear is reaching for the belly. So you feel that back of that muscle right along the back of the ear and the jaw engaged. And then slowly soften, relax, and completely let go. And one more time. Take an inhale, lift the head up, tilt the chin down, feel that engagement. Now keep that engagement as you lower the head down. And remove the arm and then just gently press that right side of your head into the floor. So a little bit of engagement right there in the neck. And then release everything. Release that left arm. Turn the head back towards the center. Take a pause. And then turn your head over to the right and see if there's been any change. Did you have a change? Yeah. And then just sit here with your head back in neutral and just notice that left side of your neck, but also notice the right side.
The right side feels tight and scrunchy.
The right side does? The left side feels more open. Do you feel like your jaw has popped a little bit? Like that kind of feeling? But you know, like when you pop your jaw, how there's like flush of.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it feels.
Like this one feels like just more relaxed. This one feels still like tight.
Oh, you're saying your jaw feels crooked.
Yeah, like the whole right side still feels like it's all crunched and tight. My left side feels like stretched out.
Do you feel like your head is like tilting towards the right? Yeah, like you're like Yeah, I didn't notice that yesterday, but for sure. Okay, so stay there for a breath. And take your awareness. What do you notice in the back of that left shoulder?
It's flat on the floor. This one's still pulling up. My right one's like I said, crunch. This whole side is like I'm.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay, we'll do that on the left side. So you're going to take your head, range of motion, turn towards the left, and just notice where you stop and where the tension is. And then come back to center. Bring your left hand behind your head. Turn your head to the left. Take your right hand and kind of palpitate along from the collarbone. You can even put your thumb on the collarbone and then your fingers behind that ear so you can feel that relaxation in the muscle right there. But then when you lift the head up, bring your ear towards the belly. Feel that muscle engaged right there. And then slowly release, soften, and completely let go. And then do that again. Take an inhale, lift the head up. Tilt the chin down so the ear is reaching for the belly. Feel that engagement. And then slowly lower all the way down. Completely relax that muscle. This time, lift the head up. Feel that engagement. Move the hand if it was behind your head. Keep that engagement as you lower the ear back down towards the floor. And before you relax, take a little press with the head into the floor, so the left side of your head into the floor. Feel that engagement. And then slowly release. Bring your head back to neutral. Lower the arm. Take a pause. And then turn your head over towards the left and notice that there's a range of motion change. And come back to center. And then just observe. Go ahead and stretch your legs down the mat too. And notice what the front body is feeling. Do you feel like a lengthening of the front body? So your superficial front line starts at the top of your feet, comes up through the hips, and it actually connects right where that muscle is behind the ear. So it comes up through the neck and behind the jaw. So that's your whole front line right there. So as we release that muscle, hopefully the fascia is opened up in the whole body, which it kind of feels like it has. It feels really weird and funky. Like I said, I feel like a flat tire. Okay. Now from this next part, we're going to roll onto our side. You're going to want to put a pillow underneath your head. And you can roll on whatever side you want. And you want your head to be fairly supported. So if you need to take a couple blankets or a couple pillows, not so that you're overly straining the neck, you just want it to be comfortable. Then that bottom hand is going to pull back into the socket. Your knees are going to come up 90 degrees and then just rest that top arm on top of the hip. Now, this is for mainly if you have a lot of tightness or even a frozen shoulder. So we want to start to wake up some movement in the shoulder. Gotta read my notes here. So the first thing we're going to do, and these are really small movements. You're going to hug your armpit in towards, like you're squeezing your armpit and your rib cage together. So you just take a little squeeze of the armpit and then release that. Doesn't have to be too much, just a little. Bring that arm down towards the rib cage. Close your armpit with a little squeeze and release. So this is basically the movement. We squeeze the armpit and then release. Now we're going to add the head. So you're going to squeeze the armpit. Then you're just going to gently lift the head up towards the ear. And then you're going to slowly release that all the way down. 2 more times, just like that. Squeeze and lift. Notice and soften. Last time. Squeeze, lift, notice, and soften. And then just take a pause. Completely relax. Now we're going to take the shoulder forward. So you're going to move the shoulder forward just a little bit. And then again, squeeze the armpit, lift the head up, and then slowly lower down. So we're going to hit the 4 corners of the T. So squeeze, or shoulder forward, squeeze, head up, and slowly bring that shoulder back to neutral as you lower down. One more time. Take the shoulder forward, squeeze, lift it up. And these movements doesn't take much to start to release that shoulder. And soften and release. Now we're going to take it back. So the shoulder moves back just a little bit. Squeeze the armpit and then lift the head up. And then slowly soften all the way down. Simmer just like that at your own pace. Remember to move the shoulder first to the back, then squeeze, then lift. Take a pause, and then slowly release. Completely relax before you move on to your next round. And take one more. And then completely soften and release. Bring that shoulder back to neutral. Now we're going to take the shoulder up towards the ear. So the shoulder moves up, then we squeeze, then we lift the head. And then we lower back down and completely lower the shoulder down. Then do it again. Shoulder up, squeeze, lift, and all the way down. Last time. Up, squeeze, lift, and release. Completely relax. And now we're going to put the shoulder away. Press it down, squeeze it in, and lift the head. Probably should have done the neck after this. And then release. Do 2 more at your own pace. Remember, move the shoulders down, squeeze, lift. Good. One more. And lift. Notice how that squeeze is starting to make it way down or change a little bit. Good. Then just move the shoulder around and see how that feels. So give more range of motion. Good. Roll onto your back. Move your pillow. Lower down and just notice how that right side feels to the left. My neck got a little tired there. How does that whole right side feel? Do you notice anything?
Yeah, it's looser. My whole left side is the one I was just doing.
Oh, you did the left side. What does that feel?
It's like flatter and looser. Like my neck is looser. It's tighter on the right, but I think that's lift.
Yeah. So you did your left shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the hip feel flatter?
Yeah, actually it does. Like
from the shoulder all the way to the toes?
Yeah, like this whole side just feels more relaxed and longer and flatter.
And do you feel like you have more range of motion? Maybe lift your arm up.
Yeah.
And back. Is that your sore shoulder though?
They both are, no.
Do you feel like it's clicking as much?
It's looser for sure and not near as tight.
Yeah. Interesting. Little movement there. Okay. So roll yourself over to the other side. Bring your pillow with you. And then when you're ready, you're going to start with just the up and downs. And you can add the head here. Since we kind of know what we're doing already, make sure you're 90 degrees. So that that arm is just comfortable. So you're just going to squeeze the armpit towards the rib cage, lift the head, and then slowly lower down. And already, can you feel like you have more range of motion?
Yeah, like my head's like, wait.
You just do. So do that just 2 more times. You're going to squeeze and lift in a neutral position with your shoulder, and then you're going to completely relax. And last time. And then just take a little pause and notice. And now we're going to take it forward. So the shoulder goes forward, then the squeeze, then the head lifts. And then there's a relaxation as the shoulder moves back to neutral. 2 more times just like that. So the shoulder goes forward, a squeeze, and a lift, and a softening. And one more time. And lift. And release. And completely relax and just notice. And then take it backwards. So the shoulder goes back, the squeeze, and then the head lifts. And then there's a release. 2 more like that. Take it back, squeeze, lift, and release. Last time, take it back, squeeze, lift, and release. And take a pause in a complete relaxed state. And now we'll bring the shoulder up towards the ear. Give it a squeeze, lift the head, and release down. Completely lower that shoulder down. 2 more just like that. Lift it up, give it a squeeze, head up, and slowly turn down. Last one. And completely soften. Now we'll go the opposite way. And notice if you have more range of motion with your squeeze, if that makes sense. Okay, good. So you're going to push the shoulder down, squeeze, lift the head. And completely release. And down, squeeze, lift the head, and release. Good. Last time, squeeze, down, squeeze, lift, and relax. Good. Go ahead and roll over onto your back. And just take a pause and then just notice. How does that feel? For some reason, I feel like my body's straight and then my head goes a little bit.
Maybe.
And then again, because we're working the lateral fascial line, feel that whole hip from the toes all the way down open.
Like my marshmallow.
What?
Like my whole marshmallow body.
Feel that opening in the upper back. Yeah, just take a couple of breaths here. Maybe the glute on that left side is soft and relaxed. So hopefully, and then see if you have more range of motion, maybe lift that arm up and back down and just check and see how that arm feels, move in any direction, maybe bend with the elbow. Just notice that that helps to release some of that tension in that frozen shoulder. Now there's other things that might be causing shoulder pain, but this is just one way you can help relax that. Okay, so you're gonna figure out your length of where your legs are gonna be. Uh-huh. And then you're just gonna kneel or sit down. And again, you want something underneath your bottom to build the floor up. And again, you have to play with like your positioning of the space. Because the higher up you can be up on the higher back one. And then you could put a blanket on the bolster here for a pillow. That might feel nice. Like so. So you're basically in a hammock. And then go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to do a little meditation. I can find it. So once you're settled in, find your gentle rhythm of your breath. Feel yourself push your body touching the bolsters with your legs, your feet, your back. And allow yourself to imagine that you're settling yourself into a hammock tied to, maybe you're at the beach, maybe you're at the forest, maybe you're in your backyard. And as you settle into your hammock, allow yourself to be held. Notice the sides curving up around you, just like a warm little snuggly blanket, a little cocoon. And just feel that gentle rock from side to side. And begin to match your breath with that gentle swing. And tell yourself there's nowhere you need to go, there's nothing you need to do, but just slow down and rest. And as you feel that consistent swing back and forth, you feel yourself getting heavier and heavier. And your mind becomes lighter and lighter. You might feel a couple of shadows dancing on your skin from the sunlight. The air is the perfect temperature. And you just allow the breeze to rock you into a nice, peaceful place. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing to do, but just breathe and sway. Go ahead, take a nice deep breath in. Slow exhale out. May I be still. May I slow down. And may I feel peace in peaceful moments. And go ahead and add any movement you might want to your knee, to your feet, fingers. Gently place one foot on the ground and then the other. Maybe take some couple sways. And then slowly bring yourself up. Take your time to a nice seated position. Add any little torso circles, anything that feels good in your back. Good. And then just find your way to a comfortable seat and check in with how you feel now compared to when you started. And hopefully you'll find some peace and rest this evening. Take your hands together. Thank you for coming. And namaste. How was your hammock?
Good.
You didn't fall asleep?
Nope.
I almost fell asleep with my shoulders.
Not close.
The blocks underneath. I was like, I've been asleep for 5 minutes. It's only been 2. Ooh, yes. Yes, indeedy. Okay, so